Hi girls, it's Miss Vanessa. I'm here for another read aloud today. Before we start, I'm just going to go over what we're going to do. Our story is called Beanie and the Missing Bear, and it is a story about a little girl who wants to be a detective, and so she solves a mystery. The first thing we're going to do before we start is a mindfulness activity. Then I'm going to go over the learning target and strong, smart, and bold quality that we're going to focus on. After that, we're going to read the story, and I have some questions for us to think about as we read. And then together, we're going to do an activity that focuses on our talents, things we're good at, and how we can use those talents to help each other. Okay, so for our mindfulness activity, you're going to get into different poses with your body, okay? And those poses are going to show different things. So the first pose is going to be a strong pose. I want you to pose in a strong way. I want you to show how strong you are. Okay, so I'm going to show you my pose. My pose looks like this. Okay, so I've got a strong pose going on there. The second pose I want you to try and make is, I want you to think about something that makes you really happy, or someone that makes you really happy. Think about something really nice and really good, okay? And how would you pose if you were thinking about something that made you really happy? Okay, so I'm going to show you my pose for that. So right now I'm thinking about something that makes me really happy. I'm actually thinking about doggies because I love dogs and I wish I had one to keep me company. The third thing I want us to picture, I want you to picture yourself as a cartoon. If you were your cartoon self, what would you look like? All right, so I'm going to show you my cartoon self. This is my cartoon self. So you can see that I've got a good smile on. And all right, so now we're going to go over our learning target and our strong, smart, and bold and our cool words, okay? So our learning target, we will think about talents and how they can be used. So like I was saying, the character in our story, Beanie, is a talented detective. So she's good at solving mysteries. Our strong, smart, and bold goal, we're going to focus on being strong. It is important to practice our talents, and it's even better when we use them to help others. So that's going to be what we're going to think about as we read, how our talents, the things we're good at, can be used to help other people. All right. So we have cool words today. Our cool words are detective, a person who solves mysteries, okay? A mystery is something hard to explain or figure out. So in our story, there is a mystery of a missing bear. And then our third word is strange, when things are weird or don't make sense. So weird is another word for strange. All right. So before we start reading, I want you to find, if you don't have a grown-up or a person to talk to when we ask our questions during our story, I want you to find maybe a stuffy or something that you can answer these questions with or tell the answers to. Okay? So I will show you what I have. This is me. And if I were answering the questions in our story, in fact, I will. I'm going to use my friend here, and I'm going to answer the questions with them. Okay? So when I ask them, if you don't have someone to talk to and answer these questions to, you can pick a stuffy or something and you can tell them the answers, okay? All right, so let's get started. We'll go to our story. Again, our story is called Beanie and the Missing Bear, okay? My name is Beanie. I'm a detective. That means I solve mysteries. Okay. I have my first mystery to solve. My sister Clare can't find her bear. Pay attention to some rhyming words in this story. Rhyming words are words that have the same sound at the end of the word. So Clare and bear. All right. Clare points at Dad's chair. I left my bear in the chair, says Clare. Okay. So I'm noticing that Clare remembers the last place her bear was. And so when you lose something or can't find something, what's the first thing you do when you know you can't find it? What's the first thing you do? Again, if you have a stuffy or an actual grown-up or someone to talk to and answer that question, go ahead and answer. If not, go ahead and answer it with your stuffy. Okay, so if I were answering this question, the first thing I do when I lose something is I think about the last place I was. Where was I the last time I had it? So in our story, Claire remembers that it's the chair, right? That it's Dad's chair was the last place she had the bear. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. I look on the chair, under the chair, and behind the chair. No bear. Okay. Did you see that? Our dog Chomps took the sock. Maybe he took Claire's bear too. So their dog steals socks at home, okay? And Beanie thinks maybe he took the bear too. Have you ever seen your pets do something funny or strange, like stealing socks or playing with silly things? Talk to someone around you or your stuffy about something strange or funny that you've seen pets do. Okay, so I'm going to go back and answer my question. One thing I've seen my pets do that's kind of funny is, hiding things. So my mom has a dog that will just pick up things and she'll run off with them, and she usually like buries them or something. The last thing I think she took was my mom's, was it her keys? I think it was her keys. The dog just picked up my mom's keys because they were on the floor and ran off. So my mom had to find her. And finally, when she found her, the keys were buried in a really funny place. So, all right, let's go back to our story. Okay. I follow Chomps. I look in Chomps's bed. I see a sock, a ball, and Danny's rabbit, but no bear. Okay, so our detective is really on the case. She's looking hard, helping her sister try to find this bear. I give Danny his rabbit. He puts it in a new blanket. What about Danny's old blanket? There is something strange about Danny's old blanket. Do you see it too? Please, Danny, I say. May I look at your old blanket? I wonder what it is that's strange about the old blanket. Let's look and see. What do you think she's noticing there? I open the old blanket. Hello, bear, I say. Chomps did not take the bear. It was Danny. I solved the mystery. So our character Beanie figured it out. What's something that was hard for you to figure out, but you did? Think about something that was really tough to figure out or really tough to do, but you worked at it and you figured it out. Let me go to answer my question here. So if I were answering this question, what I would say is actually doing these kinds of videos. I've never done them before. And so I had to do a lot of work to figure out how to do them and how to record and where to sit and all those things. So that's one thing that I worked at to figure out. All right, let's finish our story. Now Claire thinks I'm the best detective in the world. She could be right. All right, guys. So we're going to go over to our activity. So our activity today. says, I am talented. I want to be a... Okay, so our job right now, after we read our story about Beanie, who's a very talented detective, very good at solving mysteries. It says, Beanie is really good at solving mysteries and figuring problems out, which is why she wants to be a detective. Now, I want you to think about your talents. So let's take some time to think about our talents. What are things you're good at? What kind of job or career could you have using the things you're good at? Okay? Draw a picture of yourself doing that job or career. So let's take a little while and think about some things we're good at. Let's maybe turn to your Steffi or your grown-up or your sibling, whoever you're going to talk to about this. Tell them 3 things you're really good at, that you think you're really good at. Okay, so I'm going to share with my friend here. One thing I'm really good at is listening. Another thing I'm really good at, I think, is reading. A third thing I think I'm really good at and I'm really proud of is that I think I'm a really good friend to people. So now we're going to come down, like I said here, it says draw a picture of yourself. So go ahead and grab some paper and a pencil, take your time, have some fun. Think about what kind of job you would do that would use your talents. Maybe you're a good artist. I know we have some great artists in our group. I know I have some very talented sports players, some really active girls that like to play sports. I have some girls who really like to dress very nicely and might be good at fashion. So think about the things you're good at or that you really love to do and the kind of jobs you think you could have doing those things. So I drew myself here. It says, how can your talent help others? So I drew a picture of myself as a teacher. That's the job I always wanted to have. And I thought that the talents I had would be really helpful and good as a teacher. So I drew myself as a teacher. And it says, how can your talent help others? So I wrote down for myself how my talents can help me as a teacher and help other people as a teacher. So I said, my talent can help students learn to read and write and be a great community. So once you've drawn your beautiful picture of yourself doing the job that shows off the things you're good at, I want you to write a sentence on the bottom that says how that job is going to help other people. How is that work going to help other people? So if you're an artist, maybe think about how making art can be helpful to other people. If you said that you want to be a doctor or a nurse, those people are very helpful, especially right now. They're saving people who are sick. So that's a great way to use that talent. All right, girls. Thanks so much for reading with me. If you want to read the story again, the story is on something called Raz Kids. So I'm going to write it right here. You guys use this during school, I know. So if you just look this up online and then type in the title of the story, okay? All right, guys. Thanks so much for reading with me. I will see you soon for another read aloud. Have a great day.